Hello you, I hope you're having a great day. I held a poll to see who wanted to know how to build my budget decks, and surprisingly most of y'all wanted to know. Kinda funny how my deck techs get no views, but people want to know how I make them, but hey, I'm not mad. So here's the deal, I get a ton of newer players on this channel asking how to branch out from precons without breaking the bank. It can feel overwhelming, but I'm here to make it as simple as possible. I own 24 decks myself, a bunch are upgraded precons, but I also built a lot of them from scratch as a broke college kid, mostly for under 75 bucks. Over time, they've grown in value from trades, packs, and upgrades, but the starting point was always cheap. So, let's break it down. Step 1, we got structure. Here's the basic deck structure template I start with. 37 lands, 10 card draw, 13 ramp, 10 removal, and 30 synergy cards, which are the cards with your theme and fun stuff. Think of it like this. Most decks are 70 core cards like your lands, ramp, draw, and removal, and only 30 unique synergy cards. So you can essentially swap 30 cards and have a brand new deck. Pretty cool, right? And for budget builders, we want cards that do double duty, a creature that draws cards or a removal spell that fits your theme. So let's dig into each part. Step 2, lands. I usually tell people to run as close to 40 lands as they can. 37 is my usual sweet spot. Sometimes 35 if I absolutely can't make cuts, but never less. So why so many lands? Well, it's really because stalling on 2 lands feels way worse than drawing too many. You can't play Magic without mana. In mono or 2-color decks, I run about 50% basics. This lets me play cards like Blood Moon or Winter Moon, which punish greedy mana bases, plus basics are dirt cheap. For 3 to 4-color decks, I still include basics, but fill the rest with budget duels. The Thriving lands have been my favorite right now because I get to choose their second color. It helps me with mana fixing a bit. Aside from that, tap Tri-lands, Evolving Wilds, Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, all that stuff helps you get the color pips you need. I also love a Chromatic Lantern or World Tree if it fits in the budget. These cards make your lands tap for any color, so they help you with your fixing. Now the real beast here is 5-color. I only run one 5-color deck, but I think what I did for the mana base was actually really unique. So for about half of the lands, I'm running Gates and Maze's End as an alternate win con that I can slowly churn to. The other half are just straight up basics because I run Coalition Victory and Collective Restraint. These cards help me get value out of my basics, and of course I've still got Blood Moon and all those other things if I need them. Nothing feels as awesome as playing a 5-color deck, getting Chromatic Lantern and Blood Moon, playing all your non-basics while nobody else can. Next we got Ramp. Ramp is where budget decks shine. If your commander's expensive, run 13 to 15 ramp pieces. If not, at least 10. You want to make sure you have enough mana to actually play all these cool cards you're buying. Now, green is spoiled here, of course. They've got Cultivate, Rampant Growth, Kodama's Reach, Steve, or Sakura Tri-Builder for the uninformed, Farseek, Explore, and more. For my non-green decks, of course, I lean on Mana Rocks. I tend to love the Signets and the Talismans, and then other random cards like Mind Stone, Fellow Stone, and 3-mana Mana Rocks are actually decent with Commander Sphere and that one Mirror card.
Now choke yourself!
And of course, Chromatic Lantern is king here if you can afford it and you have a lot of mana colors that you have to reach. Now, choosing the right ramp for your deck depends on your commander's cost. For example, if you're running a 3 CMC commander, you're going to want a lot of 1 CMC ramp. Things like Llanowar Elves to help you cast your commander turn 2. A 4 CMC commander is going to want 1 and 2 mana ramp to help him be cast turn 3. A 5 CMC commander wants 1, 2, or 3, preferably 2 or 3. And then above 5, you want it all, just as much ramp as you can fit in your deck. Now, how do I beat other people's cardboard investments? What do I do if someone drops a Jeweled Lotus? Or now that that's banned, a Mana Crypt? Or a Soul Ring, I guess? Is that really the most powerful non-Mox Mana Rock right now? That's crazy.
Ban Soul Ring.
Well, anyways, the answer is step 4, removal. Now, you have to be very prudent with your removal. This is a category with the biggest skill issue. If you remove the wrong threats and go shields down, as they call it, you can easily lose the game. For a budget deck, since it has no tutors, I prefer cards that can hit any target. Each color has lots of options, but here's one for each. Beast Within for green, Generous Gift for white, Chaos Orb for red, Counterspells for blue, and black actually doesn't have one for any target, but they do have Murder and Snuff Out and all those other cards. If you're running white or blue, you're going to have an advantage here, because white has all those 1-mana instant removal spells, and blue has counterspells and bounce spells. So if you are running those, lean into that. Step 5, card draw. I make sure to always hit my card draw goals. It's imperative to a deck's function that you draw cards properly. Too many lands, draw more cards. Not enough lands, draw more cards. Need removal? Draw some cards. If you hit the right ratios, the card you need is always a few draws away. I have my go-to colorless cards that work in any deck, such as Tome of Legends work in a pinch to draw me an extra card per turn when I wasn't going to use the 2 mana anyways. Way better than doing nothing. Colorless options generally aren't the best, but in a mono color you need them. Cards such as Coveted Jewel, Contested Game Ball, anything Monarch or Galadriel's Vial or the other Galadriel card, those things can help you draw cards in a pinch. You'll notice that all of these cards are stuff you have to fight for, and that's kind of just how budget card draw goes, and you're going to be swinging out anyways, so just do your thing. Really, you need to find what card draw fits in your synergy. My Sea Creature and Merfolk decks use AC and Tatiova respectively, who each draw me a card when I play a land. My landfall deck uses Seer Sundial, which also draws me a card when I play a land. Also, consider cards like Avishkar Raceway that provide selection without hurting your other card ratios. Yeah, they're slow and clunky, but they do it for free, so you might as well do it. In step 6, Synergy. This is where the fun begins. You want cards that multi-class, do your theme, and fill another role. In my Sea Creature deck, I've got Hullbreaker Horror, which can bounce spells, so it's Sea Creature plus removal. I've got AC, which lets me have extra land drops, and whenever I play a land I draw a card, so he's draw, ramp, and a Sea Creature. I've got Breaching Leviathan, which bounces all non-sea creatures back to their owner's hand, so he's a board wipe and a Sea Creature. Lastly, I've got a Rixmithis, who comes in as a land that taps for 2 mana, and then he wakes up as a 12/12. That's one big Sea Creature. There's also the cards that support these synergies, like Ominous Seas, which will make you a Kraken for every 8 cards drawn, or Whelming Wave, which just bounces all non-sea creatures back to their owner's hand. These cards aren't just budget friendly, they dodge symmetrical board wipes and let you keep your board while others reset. This is how you beat expensive cardboard, with synergy, clever picks, and smart plays. Anyways, I hope that video helped. I had a lot of thoughts to get out as quickly as possible, so let me know if I can clear up anything for you in the comment section. Thanks for watching, make sure you pay the one and hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.